The city of New York never slept. The streets bustled with people and towering high-rises stretched into the sky. One such building was the Grandview Hotel, a luxurious structure with glistening windows and lavish suites. But amid the wealth and comfort, something horrifying was about to unfold. On the 14th floor, in one of the expensive rooms, a man named Gregory Tanner paced restlessly. He was a businessman, successful yet known for his short temper and cold heart. That evening, as he poured himself a drink, something unexpected happened. A small, stray puppy with dirty fur and tired eyes wandered into his room. The poor creature must have sneaked in when the housekeeping staff left the door ajar. It had likely been roaming the hallways, hungry and lost. It let out a soft whimper, looking up at Gregory with innocent eyes, but the man's face twisted in disgust. "What the hell are you doing here?" he growled. With zero hesitation, he grabbed the tiny puppy by its scruff and stormed toward the open balcony. There was no hesitation, no second thought. With one swift motion, he hurled the puppy over the railing. 14 stories below, a garbage truck sat parked outside the hotel. Marcus, the driver, sat inside, resting for a moment while his coworker, Joe, was outside picking up trash bins. It was just another shift for them, another night of hauling away the city's waste. But then, Joe's trained eyes caught movement from above. Something small, something falling fast. His heart clenched in his chest. "Marcus, reverse. Now!" Joe screamed, throwing down the trash can in his hands. Marcus didn't ask questions. Instinct took over. He slammed the gear shift, stepping on the gas to move the truck a few feet backward. And then, thud! Something landed on the soft pile of garbage bags in the truck bed. Joe rushed over and saw the tiny, lifeless body of the puppy. It wasn't moving. "Oh no! Please, little one, don't die," Joe whispered, carefully picking up the puppy. Its chest barely moved, its limbs were limp. "Call for help. We need a vet now," he shouted at Marcus. Marcus fumbled for his phone, hands shaking as he dialed 911. "We need an ambulance with a vet at Grandview Hotel. A puppy was thrown off the building. Please hurry." Minutes later, sirens echoed through the streets. A veterinary ambulance pulled up. The team rushed out, taking the motionless puppy from Joe's hands and placing it on a stretcher inside the ambulance. The vet, Dr. Elaine Carter, quickly examined the fragile creature. "He's still alive, but barely. We need to stabilize him fast," she said. An oxygen mask was placed over the puppy's tiny snout. They checked for internal injuries, monitoring his weak pulse. Joe and Marcus stood outside, their hearts hammering. "Please, little guy. Make it," Joe murmured. As the vet team worked to save the puppy, news spread like wildfire inside the Grandview Hotel. Guests and staff whispered in shock. Someone had seen what happened and reported the incident to the police. By the time the officers arrived, security footage had already confirmed the truth. Gregory Tanner had thrown the puppy from the 14th floor. As the police stormed into Gregory's room, he barely had time to react before he was handcuffed. "You're under arrest for animal cruelty," one officer stated coldly. "What? Over a stupid dog?" Gregory scoffed, rolling his eyes. But his arrogant smirk faded when he saw how serious the officers were. Meanwhile, at the vet hospital, the puppy had stabilized. Miraculously, the garbage bags had softened its fall, preventing fatal injuries. However, it had severe bruising, a minor leg fracture, and trauma. But then another shocking truth was revealed. The puppy wasn't a stray. A hotel guest, a careless man named Richard Bowen, stepped forward. "That's my puppy," he admitted shamefully. Richard had lost the puppy earlier in the day and hadn't even bothered to look for it. "You lost your own dog and didn't care?" Joe asked in disbelief. Richard shifted uncomfortably. "I was busy," he muttered. Dr. Elaine sighed. "This puppy deserves better. He will be placed in a shelter for recovery and adoption." Gregory Tanner was charged with felony animal cruelty and would face jail time. His heartless actions had consequences. As for the puppy, it was named Lucky for surviving something so horrible. Joe visited Lucky at the shelter every day. Eventually, he adopted the little pup, giving him a loving home where he would never be hurt again. From being thrown off a 14th floor balcony to finding a forever home, Lucky's story proved that sometimes, even in the darkest moments, fate finds a way to intervene. And in the end, it wasn't just Lucky's life that was saved, it was Joe's heart, too.